Okay. Can everybody hear me? Okay, perfect. Yeah. So this is our DevPost workshop for any first-time hackers or you just need a refresher on DevPost. Here it is. We'll also post the slides as well. So here we get started. Our DevPost workshop. So the first thing is we're going to upload your code to GitHub if you haven't already. So basically what you'll do is you'll go here, you'll get your GitHub, you'll sign in, create an account if you haven't, and then you'll click on the green button that says create a new repository, or it says new. Now you'll create a new repository. There you'll put a name. I just put RowdyHacks 11. And then you want to make sure the important thing is that it has public right here. Because if it's not public, we won't be able to see it, and we'll have issues with the dev post when submitting. Once you're done, it should look something like this. And then it's going to have the URL. So that's good. So you should be, everything is set up here. You'll click on upload an existing file if you already have your code set up and you haven't been using GitHub. You'll go ahead, and then this will look like, you'll go ahead and upload your files, and then click commit changes. And then you can see right here, I did nextconfig.ts. It's uploaded. And then it'll look like this. And then you'll go and click this green button that says code, and it should bring this drop-down menu. You'll go ahead and copy the GitHub because we will need to use this for our URL when posting the, or for the dev post when posting the URL. And then now to make a dev post submission. So here you'll go ahead and go to rowdyhack-xi.devpost, or sorry, rowdyhacks-xi.devpost.com, and it should look something like this. You'll go ahead and click on Start Project, but if you want to double check and make sure your teammates are already set up in DevPost, you can do find teammates and then look for them on the DevPost. So after you click Start Project, you'll get this screen. This is everything you have to fill out for the information. And you can see we have a deadline of 2 hours, so just keep that in mind. You'll go through everything. And then when you get to project details, you can leave the about project story, you can leave it blank. If you want to, you don't have to write, or you can write something really short and sweet. It's totally up to you guys. And then when you get to the file, I think it should be, yeah, the submit button, you'll go ahead, if you have any other files, the sponsor or special prizes that you are going for, then the most important part, what are you submitting for? Are you doing beginner or overall? For this case, I just did beginner, and then this is where that URL for your Git comes in place. You'll just go ahead and copy and paste that. And then you'll just want to make sure that you've submitted all the information, that you have agreed to the term and services, and then you submit your project. And after that, you should be good with submitting your dev post. It's pretty easy. There shouldn't be too many issues with it, but so we can go over some more information. Presentations. So how the presentations will work is, let me see, right here. Presentation. So what is the content of the challenge problem? You want to go ahead and present that when you're doing to your judges. You want to present what the problem is and what your problem is and what you're trying to solve. What bigger question are you trying to solve this weekend with your project? You know, is it for people that have disabilities, or is it trying to connect people? You know, is it trying to make your life easier, like an automation? You kind of want to answer that. And then why are you analyzing the data in the first place? Has this been a situation for you? Has this been a situation for friends you know? So you kind of just want to explain to the judges why you did it. What was your approach? How did you choose this approach? How did you, what was your process of doing that? Did you, just say, did you just start coding? Did you write it down on a whiteboard? Did you, brainstorm, come up with several different ideas and then choose the best one? Or did you even just do heads or tails? What tools did you use, what applications? Did you use any AI to help you? What tech stacks did you use? So stuff like that, you want to present that to the judges. What questions from the track or labs were you able to answer while your project? Because I know there are very scenarios for it. So what was your project able to answer that you got in the 24 hours? What were the results? Did you succeed? Did you fail? Did you come close to it? You know, even if you feel like you failed and you get there 100%, that's okay. You just want to kind of explain to the judges what your process, you know, kind of let them know, you know, what you were thinking, how it went, so they can get better insight to it. And then most important, what did you learn? What did you learn from this project? What could you take away, you know, maybe if you're doing a next hackathon or, you know, just in life in general, what did you learn from this project? And then what's next? If you had more time, what might have you wanted to do? Was there a feature that you wanted to add? Was there something you wanted to change? Did you want to add more styling to it? Did you want to make it a little bit more pretty? You kind of just want to tell them so that judges know that, you know, this was it. You don't want them to know like, oh, I gave up. Like you want to tell them like, what more could you do? What more do you have to do and what is your drive? Oh, sorry, judging. So judging, we'll go over all the stuff for judging now. Compelling presentation, informative, it's about 10%. Did you explain the technical aspects of your project? You know, did you explain, you know, what technical parts, like did you use, you know, use an API for it? You know, did you create your own server? Are you hosting it somewhere? So you kind of just want to explain the technical parts because all our judges are technical, so they do know what they are going about. So you know, even if you think, you know, you don't want to assume that like they know everything, so you kind of want to give them a little bit of information, but not too much information about it, because you do have a time limit for this. Then it's compelling presentation, understandability. Did you tell a story about working through the challenge? You know, did you tell them what issues did you have? You know, how did you solve it? How did you go about any roadblocks in your project? Did you tell a story about the analysis you performed and what it might mean? You know, you want to tell a story of what you figured out. So you don't want to just say like, oh, we figured out how to do this. You know, you want to give them kind of like a story of like, oh, we tried to do this, but that didn't work, so we pivoted and did this. Or we saw, you know, so many users on a website have issues with this, so our project was about making it simple by doing X, Y, and Z. And then analysis comprehension. Did you relate your data analysis back to the track's prompt questions? You know, basically, did you answer the question in the track? You know, you want to make sure you tell the judges that, you know, answer the question in the track. Especially, I know with our title sponsor, Swivel, they had a whole information about their track. So were you able to answer any questions in there or any challenges that it was wanting you to do for the project? And then next is sound technical methods. Did you choose the right tool for your job? You know, did you use the right applications? Did you use the right code stack? Just stuff like that. You want to make sure you keep that in mind and convey that to the judges as well. And just being like, yes, we chose this because of X, Y, and Z. Or we found out this tool worked better because such and such and such. You know, you kind of want to just explain to them about that. Awareness of data context. Can you explain in your own words why the data is important to analyze? You know, why is it important? You know, what is this data showing? Because you know the judges have no idea what it is. You know, you just tell them, oh, we did this because of this. It's not really convincing. You know, you want to explain to them in your words why the data is important. Kind of convince them like, oh, this data is super important, or this information is super important because of X, Y, and Z. Um, is there bias in the data? Just kind of why, yeah, is there bias, like, um, is there something that you realize, like, oh, this could have been better, or, this could have been worse? Just stuff like that. And then, I should skip this one. Judging process. So how judging process work, it's going to be a science fair based. It's going to be 5-minute presentations with time for questions as well. Teams will be able to present multiple times. Judges will come up to you. You guys will be in the West End, and you'll be able to answer any questions and kind of present yourself, and judges will be moving around the whole time. And then, yeah, science fair style. Deliberation. There will time for everyone to deliberate together and finalize the winners, and that will be, I think we have between that from 3:30 to 4:30. So they will be able to just talk about it, and we'll figure out all the winners. And then the closing ceremony will be at 5 p.m. And then we will be winners will be chosen by as soon as possible. So our 5 p.m. starting is kind of a soft start line, but we're gonna shoot for 5 p.m. And then I don't remember if I had slides. But yeah, I know. Any questions? Yes. So we don't have a display. So if you want to display something, you can use your computer. We don't have extra monitors, unfortunately. It's not a computer? Okay. We can talk about that more after this. Any more questions? No? Okay, yeah. If you guys have any issues or any questions, Paul and our MLH's coaches will be back there with any questions. We'll also have our mentors in the Weston, so you can ask them. I know it was kind of short. I think this only took like 10, 15 minutes because there's not too much to go on. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Feel free to ask Swivel. I think they're still on. They might not be on site, but they will be on the Discord. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know.